Hello folks, and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft Resonant Rise. I'm your host Karen Dave, also the creator of the Resonant Rise mod pack and one of the co-maintainers of the pack as it stands now. I'm very excited. It hasn't been long since my last episode. I've been doing a little bit of cleanup. I started building out my AE network, which we built last episode, and I realized something. I just don't have a great intuition for this new power system, Redstone Flux. And so when we built this little battery down here and the subsequent stuff, it actually isn't enough to do what we want to do. I know that's crazy. It seems like 80 redstone flux a tick would be quite a bit, but it's not. It's not even enough to get by. And the big problem is not that I can't run the machines. They can just run slower. But that all my stuff is hiding in this super magical, awesome ME system. So I added these two engines to help kind of provide a booster, but as you can see, we're slowly bleeding power and will eventually run out. It's a problem I've got to solve. Now, in order to solve that though, I'm going to need more resources. It's just not a thing that I can solve without a whole bunch of resources. So I'm going to kind of just live with this system and just kickstart the thing whenever I need it. But when it comes time for me to rebuild out the system, I'm definitely going to have to improve my power plant. And it seems like thermal expansion gives us a whole bunch of really interesting options. So yeah, I think that we'll be able to do something. It's just, it's not enough right now. And I actually think I could just expand out this sweet hydrogen system. We're making so much more hydrogen than we burn. We really probably can kick this out. And then once we get better power conduits, have no real problems. So let's go over and take a look at the clipboard and see what's up next. I've written a new agenda based off the things we talked about last time and the new mods we have in the pack. Like I said, I'm excited to try using Steve's Carts 2 as my primary mining solution and then back that up with Engineer's Toolbox's Husher. So we need to get started on that because we need a lot of resources and we need them soon. To start, we're going to make our mining cart. That's the cart that's actually going to do the boring and the collecting. And then we're going to need a derailing cart. A derailing cart will go and clean up our rails. We can't possibly have enough rails to rail the entire world, but we're going to have enough rails to make a significant dent in the world below us. For that means we're also going to need rails and some inventory management for the carts. We've got to be able to pull things out, make fuel, put it back in, basically keep them running. The system itself has a little bit of complexity, so we'll actually probably have to dip into some Project Red to make that, and some detector rails and railcraft to make that work perfectly. I also realized that the tools I have are great, but we can go further with our Magitech tools. We can lean on R's, Thaumcraft, Tinker's Construct, and DartCraft all together to make something really special. So I think that's what I'm going to be working on. And I'd like to have a little bit more power storage and power generation because, let's face it, this is inadequate, right? You could see it's just slowly bleeding dry as these engines gradually leak out. It's not going to work. It's not going to work at all. And these little engines are doing everything they can to keep up, but it's just not going to be enough. And the system's eventually going to redline out and be inaccessible periodically. We can't let that happen forever. I kind of like leaving this here, by the way. It's cute, right? You just leave it there and hey. So what we want to do is first build our cart. I've been doing a little bit of research on what we want to do for a mining cart to get that first checkbox done. And we're probably going to start at assembling and then work on other things. Now, the first thing any cart needs to get running is an engine, and I think we're going to be using a coal engine. This is not too hard to build. We need just some pistons, some cobblestone. I'll need a little bit of wood. Can I get in here before this runs out? I think I can get some redwood. We can get these planks and half a stack of logs, which should be more than enough wood for our purposes. Let's hop over here. And I am aware I'm lagging a little bit this episode. I am terribly sorry about that. Not really sure what it is, but I'll figure it out eventually. In the meantime, just bear with me. I know it's a little awkward. I need some cobblestone. Well, actually, I have it. All right, so what we're going to need is to build a pair of furnaces, I think it said. Maybe it just was one. So we go coal engine. What exactly are we getting here? What are we getting ourselves into? Just one engine, and we also need a pair of these pistons. Looks like we're a little short on planks. No problem, though. We can easily fix that by just doing this in our main crafting window. So, you know, I'm kind of surprised that I don't see more people using Steve's Carts 2 for mining. From what I can see, the system is actually really solid. So I'm a little confused why I don't see more. I'm a little afraid that I'm going to like run into some sort of wall. But, you know, you have to proceed forward intrepidly. So there we go. Coal engine. This will be the power plant and the primary means for our carts to go together. You know, actually, we should just make one more because we're going to be making 2 carts. Why do this again later when we have all the stuff right here, right now? All we need to do is make another piston. And for that, we can just toss this in, make another 2 pistons. We'll need more planks, of course. Just 1 should be sufficient. And toss that in. Boom. Another little coal engine. Right. So with this, we've now got the coal engine. We'll need to get 1 of these and toss this in. So that goes there. So now we've already got an hour assembly time. So you can be sure that we won't be finishing this task this episode. Although we may be able to upgrade this. It turns out that you can upgrade these cart assemblers, and you're supposed to. Seems straightforward enough. The next thing we'd like to do, of course, I mean, this is just only natural, right? Is we want to build a drill, right? What good is a cart for drilling and mining without a drill to drill and mine with? I mean, duh. So this is a basic drill. We will eventually upgrade this with a cart upgrader. We will do better. But for now, that's our primary setup there. As you can see, that's the basics. The other thing the cart's going to need to be able to do is it's going to be able to lay down rails. If we had the rails down, we wouldn't be mining. We would be following a track. So what we need is a railer, I think. This is a railer and a large railer. We should probably go for the regular railer. And it looks like to do this, we're going to need rails. Now that means I have to do a couple things here. Oh, wait. There is, in fact, a secret recipe from metallurgy that will make rails. Turns out that we can skip one of these steps. We definitely don't want to do this all the time because that's a lot of copper. I almost hesitate to even do it. But you know what? Just for the sake of this build, let's go ahead and do that for just a moment. We'll grab some copper before the system dies entirely. Copper. We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That should be enough to get any recipes we have that need it. Now, again, I wouldn't recommend this recipe. It's actually really lousy yield compared to Railcraft. That's one of the things people get daunted by Railcraft and all the setup you have to do. But at the same time, what they don't get is that the Railcraft yields are off the charts. I think it's more than twice as effective as the vanilla recipe, which is pretty impressive when you get right down to it. Okay, so there we go. I think we have everything we need for that. Let's just toss that up. Railer. Perfect. We can toss this on the cart now too. Right? So now that has a little railer. He will be able to store and rail and drop things. Now, the other thing that we'll need is we'll need some sort of system for... Well, what we need to do is make sure that we don't like flood ourselves with lava or otherwise make the cart irretrievable. We definitely don't want to have that happen. So I think what we need is I think they're called liquid detectors. Detector. Well, let's see. Or no, sensor, I think it is. Yeah, there we go. So many sensors. Aha, these ones. Ooh, that's an expensive recipe. Well, I need some water. I need some lava. I need one of these advanced PCBs, which is made by making 2 simple PCBs. Oh, man, these recipes. Fortunately, we have NEI. I can't wait until I have... let's see what we can do. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I can't wait until I have my ME crafting system set up. That will be wonderful. So let's see, we can go... We need 1, 2 of these. And then I believe we can put that in here and make an advanced PCB. Now, I'm obviously going to need to run over and get a bucket of lava and a bucket of water. So let me go grab those and maybe see if I can sort out this lag issue, and then I'll come back and we'll continue to build the cart. Materials in hand, I think I have what I need to proceed. What I need to do now is to sensor. There we go. And... let's see if I have enough to do this. Yes. Oh, yes. Okay, there we go. Liquid sensors. So this will basically have the cart, our primary drilling cart here, intelligently proceed. You see it's got these cute little eyes and it goes dee 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 dee. Well, Honestly, I can't back that up. I don't know if it actually goes dee 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 dee, but I think that it basically uses some sort of sonar, you know, a thing, sonar. Yeah, to scan the density of the medium around it. And well, what am I kidding? I don't know. What I'm saying is that it basically can intelligently choose not to drill through certain parts of the wall if that would result in a flood of lava or water, because that would wash away the tracks and leave it somewhat stranded and probably impossible to recover. But what we do need now are some side chests. So let's take a look at these. Looks like we need a bunch of these different pieces. These little things are just wood. Wow, that gives quite a bit. Well, that's no problem. We can do that. All right, so let's just do this. And then, whoa. Really? What's the problem here? Oh, it takes wood around the edges. So let's see if we can do this. So then we just need to use these. Well, that's not what I wanted to do. Wow. You saw that here, folks. I am the worst at Minecraft. Okay, chest panes. That's fine. So now, what does it take to make one of these? We need 2 chest panes, which we've got. We need 2 large chest panes. I'm feeling chest panes. And we need an iron latch, which again, we have. That's kind of a cute recipe, actually. See the large. What about the huge? Okay, we need 1, 2 of these. So now we should just be able to chuck this sucker together. Oh, we need 2 more of these. And it looks like we're going to need to make a few more. But again, no problem for us. We've got all... I went and felled a few redwoods, and that was the end of my wood problems for quite some time. I think maybe I could set up a redwood farm. That would be pretty slick, don't you think? Like, at just growing redwoods and then chopping them down. I'm like not even sure what mod could do that. Redwoods exceed the parameters of so many mods. All right, so here's the side chest, the first of our storage. If we're going to go down the deep, we need to be able to haul away all sorts of good stuff. So there we go with that. And I think that's probably not enough. Maybe we could do another chest. I think it's called the top chest. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we need a lot more of those small panes. So let's go ahead and make a few more of those. And, of course, now we should be able to just put together a top chest. Similar to the side chest, it should be no problem to put on. I think we're nowhere near our complexity cap. Yeah, we are at 200 and we haven't even used it all. The total cost is 64. However, that's going to take 8 hours. 8 hours of continuous operation to run. Oh. Wow. Well, it's a good thing I have this chunk loaded, but that's just a lot of time. We obviously won't be getting that this time. I wonder if we could make that faster. Like even 10% at that point. You know, that's a lot of time. Like, if we could shave off even an hour, that would be fantastic. So let me just do a little bit of research and let me check my resources available, and we'll see what we can do. Just one moment. All right, so I did play one dirty trick. I disconnected the AE system for a while, remembering the thermal expansion conduits store energy. Once I disconnected everything from the network, I managed to get a fair amount of power buffered in there that then all bled in almost at once. It's weird. It's like it ignored, I wonder if it's a bug, because it ignored the normal flow rates. And now we sort of sit here, that power's gone, but there's just enough residual in the line that it sort of keeps it. Now, gradually this number's been going down, but I think for at least the rest of the session, I'll be able to do that. And I always have these boosters to kind of kickstart the thing. But yeah, I'm so glad that that's not ours. Anyways, so what we need to do is grab a bunch of tin. We need to get some creosote oil and some wood. We're going to be making some fine redwood tracks because that sounds beautiful, right? Let's go ahead and toss this in. I don't need to spend really any of that right now. That's fantastic. Tin. All right, so let's pull out some of these. Now, I got to tell you something. I'm actually going to go into magical tools as soon as we're done making these rails, because I just want to make a few just to illustrate what I'm going to do. I know that most people who are going to be watching this, no, this is not. Do I go like this? No. Do I go like this? There we go. Okay, well, I can deal with that. That's way better even. Okay, can. Yes, we. All right. So there we should be able to pull that out. And then, of course, if we go ahead and plank the rest of this wood, no sense not doing it, we now have should have enough to make a fair number of the slabs. So let me just show you the recipe really quick. Once we have these stacks of cans, right, we're just going to make a ton of rails. But before we can actually proceed with that, what we're going to need is a rolling machine. That's right, a rolling machine. I think I have one more piece of conduit here, so I know exactly where it will go. Oh, we have 6 more pieces, but we just need 1. Now, a rolling machine is a thing from Railcraft that basically lets you make components. Now, for folks who've just... Oh, I'm not sure why I'm lagging right here. I'm going to figure that out. Sorry. For folks who are wondering... We can pull these out. Don't need that many. There we go. Rolling machines are pretty simple to build, but do require a lot of power. So we're going to make it, place it, do what we need to do, and then get rid of it. Rolling machines, as you can see, just 4 iron, a crafting table, and 4 pistons. In the meantime, what I need to do is make some creosote ties. So let's go ahead and make those right here. Like so. It's really simple. You just make a couple of slabs. Just have to have a wood that can be slabbed. So let's just make... a ton of those. So now we got 6. And then we put that in, and now we get wooden ties. So let's go ahead and burn the rest of those. You know what? Let's just burn all of these. And let's just do this once and then leave it alone. 21 there. And then 10 more. Or at least 5 more. Right. Can we actually get 5 more? Yeah, we can. We'll do it. Okay. Now that we have those, I think we just go like this. That's right. And now we have wooden rail bed. This is the key component for making track with Railcraft. As you can see, it yields an incredible amount of rails per recipe, 32. What we need to do, though, is get this sucker started. You know what? I think with this balance trick, 1 engine is probably enough. So let's go ahead and pull this. And this, and we'll use this guy to power the rail machine in addition to that other stuff. We'll see. But I definitely want to go ahead and make the machine. So let me just make the components for the rolling machine, and then we'll finish up. So I need 4 pistons. All right. So let's just turn on this booster to keep our AE system from falling apart as we start to use this. And now I think I have everything I need to, yeah, there we go, make a rolling machine. Yay. Okay. Let's go ahead and put that there for now. And then let's also grab the engine that we said we would use and put it there. And of course, a little bit of never hurt nobody. I guess we could toss in some of this coal coke to get it started. Should be no problem. All right. Now all we got to do is grab our iron. I guess I can grab a little bit from over here. Let's make a stack. Nice, good supply of it. Right. And if we go like this, like that, and then that's basically all you have to do. So then all you have to do is just put in. It'll automatically balance them out for you, as you can see. So now we're just making the components for rails. We should have enough pretty fast. Now, as you can see, this machine is really power hungry if you let it. Oh, by the way, note that it uses MJ. It uses the mine joules, or whatever it is, from BuildCraft, and yet it's running primarily off our power over there. That is no problem for us. What's the cool thing about Redstone Flux is that it automatically translates. Okay, it looks like we're keeping that alive. Good. I would really hate to lose this tenuous balance that we have. Okay, we have a bunch of these. We can probably get started while that's working out. Oh wow, I actually had more iron than I thought on me. I made too many pistons. Okay, so with that we can put this in the center and balance that all out. And now, as you can see, we have a ton of track. Let's just go ahead and make it all. And there we go. Now, we'll go ahead and finish rolling this all out. As you can see, we're almost done with it. And the last one, you actually have to click. So once it doesn't have enough to continue, it'll try and keep the pattern. But there we go. We have a ton of track. And we have the stuff to make more pretty easily. I can go ahead and mine some more coal, toss it into that machine over there, and that will be that. And check it out. Ding! Hello, zombie. Ding! Modular cart is done. So here is our awesome cart. Let's just throw it on the ground to revel in its beauty. No, I can't. Maybe I have to put down just a little tiny bit of rail. Can I have a rail, please? I threw them all. I gave them all to you. Rail? There we go. There we go. Let's throw it down and take a look. Oh, look at this beauty. Ain't she a beaut? That is awesome. I'm excited about that. It doesn't have any fuel, but boy does it have storage. And as you can see, we can turn it on, we can turn it off, we have the engine. This is fantastic. This is going to be... Oh, and it doesn't have a name, unfortunately. Well, I don't know what these all do, but that's really cool. And so we'll save you for later. Click, click, click. Yeah, there we go. We will deploy you probably the next episode. In a minute, we'll work on the next one, but you know what? We have to be a little bit proud of ourselves, right? Because we got something done. Let's go over and reward ourselves once I figure out how to shove this in the AE system. There we go. We can say Rails. However, let's focus on, let's move inventory management. Management to a different thing. I think I've done enough carts for this episode, so real quick, I think that I am actually going to try and get started with DartCraft. Now, DartCraft has an interesting history, and I've stood up for it before in this series, and I think I'm actually going to try and use it. It's changed quite a bit. There's some fun new mechanics, and it goes well with my whole Magitech theme for this season. So what I need to do, since I need to just go grab a little bit of diamond, toss that in here. I just need 2, I think. Right, and then I need 2 books, which I think the books have not yet been ported. And off camera, I'm going to get all this stuff in. Just a book, just a single book. And, of course, we need to pull out a obsidian, which I keep on my person. I think, no, I actually leave it in the system. Because what we're going to build is an enchanting table. But we're also going to grab our force gems. We're going to grab half a stack of these, because we'll need them. And we're going to grab our obsidian. So we have these obsidian tiles from DartCraft, but we actually need is 1, 2, 3, 4, if I recall, to make an enchanting table. Now, why we make an enchanted table? Well, basically, DartCraft, so, like, you can sort of change the early game with DartCraft. Oh dear, I still have some of these. You could, as I was saying, you can sort of change the early game for DartCraft, but not too much. And one of the ways that you can change the early game with DartCraft is by using force tools that you can make by. Well, let's just go ahead and make a little bit of this right now. We'll use some. Wait, I always get these recipes backwards. We go like this. Now, it's dangerous to use gold this way. I wouldn't recommend it, but for a good example, 3 force ingots by using a gem and 2 gold. So that's fantastic. But that's actually not the best way to do it. We just did it. You can make a pickaxe out of this. It's really quite a great pickaxe. You should try it. It has, if you right-click, well, you'll see. But what we'd like to do is grab one of these, turn that into a force nugget, right? And then what we need to do is make an enchanting table for ourselves. Now, what DartCraft does is it has a transmutation system, sort of an alchemical, magical thing. So if we go, where will we put it? We could put it over here. We could put it over here. Let's put it over here for now. Let's just grab this, and we can just fill in this water supply, this infinite water source. And you'll see why I want a little bit of room for it in just a minute. 1, 2, 3. And we'll just break this bitumen up. By the way, newer versions of the mod pack, bitumen will not spawn. We got a lot of complaints about it. We do listen to you, and so we stopped including it. All right, I know that people don't love these super narrow things, but don't worry. You'll see you in a minute. So we'll go like this. So now what we need to do is make a force rod to start this off. So a force rod, there are a couple different ways you can make it, but the easiest one I think is to go like this. This is the recipe, or is it flipped? You know me, I love to flip things. Force rod. There's a couple different recipes. We have a stick. Oh, we need actually a bar and a nugget. That's good. There we go, a force rod. But you can see it has almost no durability. It's basically broken, but no problem. There's a couple different things you can do with it. First thing we'll do is, I think if we pick this up, pick it up. Get it? Pick. Yeah. Well, maybe I'm trying too hard. And if we craft it, we transmute it like so. And now we have a force infuser. The force infuser is pretty fun. We'll need to run power over here, unfortunately, or give it its own power. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We'll definitely have to think about the power situation, because it's not fantastic to run it all. First of all, to run that, then running the lead stone over here will be a little bit expensive for us in terms of lead. I don't have an infinite amount, but also it's just our power system probably can't handle that. It'll be another booster situation. Right. So this guy has all kinds of fun stuff, right? This is cool looking, but we can't quite get to it yet, right? What we have to do is get a force tool and some force tomes. So let's give me a second to get to the next stage. I just need to step outside. The next part of this is actually one of the things I love the most about DartCraft. It's so unusual. What we need to do is get better force rods for better force transmutation. So if I just toss down a regular sapling and I right-click it, it becomes a force sapling. Now unfortunately, my Sigil to Green Grove won't work on it. Oh, there we go. First try. Nice. So this is a force tree, and it has kind of a Disney-esque look. All we have to do is just kind of cut away the leaves, hoping for a sapling. Yay, sapling! And also, potentially, force nuggets. We might get lucky and get one of those. They occasionally drop off. These trees are incredibly cool. And this whole concept of like having to use the magic to transform a plant into a special plant, I freaking love it. I think this is so innovative. Dart doesn't get enough credit for how cool that is, because it's definitely cool. So now you can see we've got nice 4 saplings. Let's go ahead and just plant these on the outskirts. We aren't going to automate farming these just yet, but we will soon enough. Toss one here, toss one here, and we'll just let these grow on their own. Right? And then one over here. The last step I think we'll have time to do today is to go ahead and make the experience tome for this thing. It needs, or rather, I guess an upgrade tome. It needs a book that basically tracks you as a player's progress. So check this out. I think all we have to do is take this last hit of our force rod and this book. Huh. Looks like we won't be able to do it. Looks like this force rod, maybe we can do it like this. Let's just see. Sometimes some of the force ones you can go like this. There we go, and it broke. Yeah, the last one I think you can't make that way. So now we have this experience tome, or for this, I'm sorry, this is infusion tome, which is basically just a really simple system for, you know, it basically tracking your ability to do stuff in DartCraft. Like, this is my tome, and this is the one that this infuser will use. So check it out. We have to start out by basically just upgrading things, and there's all sorts of upgrades that we can use. But we need to actually have force tools and force objects to upgrade. So I think we have a few minutes left before we go over time. So let me show you one example of a very useful upgrade that you can get started with early on, and that I actually want because I'm going to be going out and doing some stuff. And then we'll call it an episode. So be right back. Oh wait, what am I saying? I can't upgrade anything with this just yet because I need to be able to provide it with power. So let's go ahead, and it looks like this thing is actually staying pretty well powered. So, I mean, It doesn't seem to have broken the balance of our system. So we'll go ahead and steal this for now, because we have better solutions in the pipe, as they say. But of course, we have coal coke here because we've been making all this creosote oil, and that's fantastic for kind of powering things up. Let me go grab what I need, and I'll show you exactly what we'll make. But what we're going to use is some of these force logs here. Well, not like that. We're using some of these force planks to make sticks. What could that be for? All right, I think I have everything I need. Let's just do this. So what we first need to do is take these force sticks and put them together, along with the traditional Minecraft axe, and we get a force axe. Hooray. It's a pretty nice axe, actually. It can do some cool stuff. But we're going to make it nicer. So we go in here, and this thing needs power and liquid force. There are better ways to make liquid force, but we're going to start by just tossing some of these gems in here. I think that'll be enough. We can then put the... this is a very low level upgrade. We're just going to do one of the upgrades, and like you said, you can see it here. If you click on one, this one, forceful logs. So let's do this, forceful logs. Put that in, and hey, it looks like we're going to be allowed to make this. So let's go ahead and infuse it. It doesn't take much power, and it doesn't take much force, liquid force to do it. Let's go ahead and see how much exactly. Only 300, so no problem. It now has the lumberjack upgrade, and if we were to look here, you can see it now explains. Oh, this is cool. I like this. I like this a lot. So let's hop out. If I'm lucky, maybe the trees have... Hey, the trees grew. Well, at least some of them did. That's cool. This one seems to be... Come on, get with it. But yeah, let's go ahead and chop these down. Now, it's sort of like Treecapitator. Right? How cool is that? That's pretty neat. Oh, wait, you know what I need? Stand by. I have a fun idea. Well, let's see. Where is it? Oh, it's in here, I think. Yeah, force claws. This is what I'm talking about right here. Let's go ahead and put that. Let's hop out over here. So now we can go like this. Chop. Claw. Claw. All right. We're gonna be swimming in force in no time. But with that, folks, I think I'm going to try and keep the episode a little bit shorter today. So we're just going to go ahead and leave it at that. Now, if you like this, please remember to subscribe and, you know, give me a like, whatever on, you know, go ahead and join the Resonant Rise group. I mean, basically just come have fun with us, right? You know, like there's nothing to be anything special, but I would appreciate, if not a like or a subscription, at least a comment telling you what I can do better or what I did wrong or all those sorts of things. I read my comments, I listen to them, I talk to people there. The thing I'd like to ask you about actually is, so what should I do about my 1,000th subscriber? Now, that's not the biggest number in the world, but for me, it's pretty big. So 1,000th subscriber should be coming up soon. It probably won't happen by the time this video airs, but I'd love to hear your suggestions. So if you could give me your thoughts on that, I will see what I can do with them. Thanks. See you next time, folks. Thanks for joining me, and have fun with thermal expansion.